outer starts off in 9th. Cars just forming their way round to the grid. Welcome to you if you are just joining us on our coverage on either RC Racing TV, on Facebook from EFRA, and I believe we're being restreamed out on Red RC as well this weekend. And thank you again to Tony Sport for sponsoring our coverage of this event, bringing us here. Getting set for Jan to lead away off of the circuit. So Jan leads away through the chicane. Jan's traditional colour scheme, the white front, orange centre, black rear. Heads off down the main straight through the famous Hudy Arena kink. Tucks in nicely off the end of the main straight. Gets a little bit sideways, and very sideways. So Jan backs out of that one. Martin Hudy picks up the front of the field. Of course, over 3 consecutive laps, this gets a little bit messy as well in terms of spotting who is where, in terms of the overall positions and overall coverage. Jan looks like he's recovering. Everybody using these 4 practice sessions that we've had so far today as an opportunity to make changes to the car. The track temperatures that we've seen in the last round of practice and in this round of practice likely to be the highest that we're going to see this weekend. It's supposed to be a bit cooler tomorrow, back to the same kind of levels on Sunday. That could be pretty useful. Any information gleaned at the moment in terms of what the track conditions are going to be like come finals day on Sunday. The defending champion Ollie Bultink is currently the fastest car over 3 laps. Ollie, last time we were here in 2019, taking his maiden European title. Ollie's car, the white front, orange and blue centre, white rear. Alex Deshay running in 2nd position with the number 6 car. Just trying to spot the 6 car. That is the all yellow coloured car that you'll see out there. Alex just heading out towards the long looping corner on to the main straight now. Down the main straight and through the kink. Heading back towards the infield. Martin Hudy currently running in 3rd position. Obviously Martin's home track. Martin running the 7 car, all white coloured car. Very, very close over 3 consecutive laps. Ollie Bultink currently holding that. Ollie also looking like he's going to do a pretty decent time over 5 minutes as well. Jan Rathajski running in 3rd position. Ollie Bultink still leading. Let's just pick him up on the circuit. So he's heading towards some traffic. And in fact, I think that traffic that he's catching is Alex Deshay. So this will be quite interesting to spot the 2 cars out on the circuit that are currently the fastest 2 cars. Certainly over 3 laps. Alex gets out of the way of Ollie, wants to follow him for a little bit. So some good horsepower there from Alex down the main straight, nearly ran Ollie over. Ollie seems to have slightly better drive off of a few of the slower corners and out of these chicanes. It's really easy here to overdrive this circuit and overheat your tyres as well, especially in these kind of temperatures that we're seeing. Once the temperature of the tyres starts getting out of control, you really struggle to get that back, get that under any sort of control, and keep those temperatures down. So in terms of what we're used to in racing in the UK with putting tyre warmers on for a good while, these guys are putting tyre warmers on for a few minutes. Alex Deshay coming back now at Ollie, having let Ollie through and trying to figure out whereabouts Ollie is quicker. Alex now thinks, actually, I quite fancy passing you. And there we go, small little mistake in the infield from Ollie. So Alex is now in front of him, these two circulating around together. It's always quite fascinating, really, following another car that's of similar speed to you, trying to work out who has speed and where. Just coming to the end of this run, so Ollie Baltink will take this one from Alex Deshay. Jan Rathieski in third position. Martin Hudy fourth, Adam Isay fifth. Tom Krajewski, I'll say it right in a minute, will be sixth. Max Mackler is seventh. Enrico Young, eighth. And Simon Lauter is car number 9. So welcome to you if you are just joining us here at Hudy Arena for this coverage. We're RC Racing TV, bringing you coverage of the EFRA 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros, supported by Tony Sport. Baking hot day here at the Hudy Arena. Just waiting for the first of the Formula 1 heats to go out. 3 heats of Formula 1, then 3 heats of modified. Start order for this is going to be Soren Sparbier, Jean-Michel Varinard, Marek Sova, Lucas Vopat, Sandro Gavazzoni, Brian Ferreira, Lorenzo Tamarelli, and Mario Operto. Cars just forming up on the line. Main camera now currently on the main straight just before the kink. Kevin Sparbier sets off, chased by Jean-Michel Varinard. It's a quick start as well. So they go around the main straight past the Monaco RC banner. Monaco RC, one of our event sponsors for the weekend.
So we are going to wait group number 7 on the track. Next up, group number 8. Group 8, you're up next.
Just heading round now.
You got 5 minutes. Group number 8. Then it's your turn to get some.
There's a big lead in this one already from Soren Sparbier. Goes through the kink and down towards the Hobby Wing banners. Hobby Wing, another one of the event sponsors for this weekend. Main coverage brought to you by Tony Sport, along with EFRA. Soren Sparbier still leading from Marek Sova, looking for the best time over 3 consecutive laps. Soren Sparbier from Marek Sova from Jean-Michel Varinard. 4 minutes of this run remaining. It's the number 4 car leading. These F1 cars very slightly harder to spot because there's not any big areas to put numbers on.
107.1 for 3 laps for Spavia. 109.8 for Mare.
So 2 seconds quicker over 3 laps for Spavia. The 4 car, he's the white, blue and red car. He's just heading out onto the main straight now, so he's heading towards the camera shot. There we go, that is our leader, Soren Sparbier, just flowing through the kink. About 2/3 of the way down the main straight here at the Hudy Arena, quite nicely. A little bit of over rotation under the driver's stand for him. Aim of this is just to pump in 3 fast laps consecutively and try and get yourself reseeded into a different heat, or a heat more matched to driver's ability. So I think Soren will be looking to move out of this. This is the first heat of F1. Looking at the pace he's got over 3 laps, he's a couple of seconds quicker, so what's that, 7/10 faster a lap? So he will be hoping that that's enough to get him moved up into a higher heat, so he won't be encountering too much traffic out there. Looking at his car, he looks to have much better traction than a few of the other cars out there. Gets really good drive off of the corner. He's got confidence in the car that the rear of it follows the front. Doesn't end up with the car sliding sideways or hopping. Car looks nicely balanced out there. He's able to attack the curbs if he wants to without upsetting the car too much. Tucks in nicely in the middle of the corner. He's just come through the chicane. Head round now, a little bit deep there as they went through the left-hand sweep under the driver's rostrum. Really easy to do here. It's a very easy circuit to overdrive. It's quite it's a relatively easy circuit to drive, but it's quite difficult to drive fast. It does tend to draw you into overdriving, particularly the return leg of the infield. We're just now joining the camera down on the start-finish line. Just watch the difference in lines as they come around through here. We've got into the final minute now. Kevin Sparbier still leading from Jean-Michel Varinard. Up into second position now. He's managed to obtain that from Marek Sova. 30 seconds of the run remaining. Soren Sparbier still leading pretty comfortably. .4 seconds now over 3 laps. So Jean-Michel Varinard's managed to string together 3 good laps. Put together a time a little bit more representative. All cars now finished. Welcome to you if you are just joining us on one of our streams, if this is something that you've just stumbled across. We're bringing you coverage of the EFRA 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros for 2022 in conjunction with Tony Sport, also supported by Monaco RC and Hobby Wing. Waiting for the second of 3 heats of Formula 1 to go out. Michael Lee Chris Grenz, Julian Jost, Thomas Sova, Michael Friebel, Luigi Cavallero, and Giorgio Favoretto will be the drivers.
Starting order for group number 8, 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 7, 6. 1 minute 30 to start. 1 minute 30.
1 minute 30 to go. Just doing a few warm-up laps before they pull up to the start line. Michael Lee set to lead away. He's set the best 3 consecutive laps so far from this heat. 1 minute until the start. Going to start getting cars forming up on the start line. Haven't seen Giorgio Favoretto check in yet.
Yeah, looks like we're set. Let's go racing.
Michael Lee all set to lead off. Michael at the yellow and white car. Heading round the long sweeping curve out onto the main straight past the Monaco RC banner. Through the kink down towards the Hobby Wing banner. Those 2 of our event sponsors, along with Tony Sport, helping us to bring you coverage here from the Hudy Arena. Michael Lee leading this one over the first lap. Michael Friebel up into second place with the 5 car. Michael's car is just entering the main straight now. The red front, white and green rear. He's just got very, very sideways coming off the end of the main straight. But we've picked him up on camera now. This is the car of Michael Friebel. So it's a British 1-2 at the moment. Michael Lee leading Michael Friebel. Julian Jost running in 3rd position with the number 4 car. I think Julian's car is the mainly red car. He's just going through the chicane under the driver's rostrum now. See if we can capture him as he comes out through the curve onto the main straight. There we go, down the main straight through the kink. This heat number 8, so the penultimate heat of Formula class, and mistake there from Julian Jost. Doesn't necessarily drop him down the field too much because this is 3 consecutive laps. Chris Grenz has popped up into second place with the 3 car now, so he's pumped in a few hot laps together. Just going to see if we can spot him out there, the 3 car. 3 car is just going out onto the main straight now, so the white and pink car with hints of blue. So 1 car back. There we go. That is the number 3 car of Chris Grenz, running in 2nd position. These 2 may be hoping to get themselves seeded up into the top heat. And Michael hoping to, well, join his brother Luke in the top heat as well, possibly. So reseed's going to be done after this round of free practice. Here at this EFRA 1/10 electric touring car Euros. We're bringing you this coverage in conjunction with Tony Sport. Go back to Michael Lee out at the front. He's by himself as he comes around out onto the main straight now. Michael down through the kink quite nicely. distinctive colour scheme, but that's exactly what you want to see when you're trying to put in some fast laps. You've got a nice clear track in front of you, no particular traffic, although someone's just rejoined in behind him. Have a look at that. That was the I think that's the 2 car of Thomas Sova that is running behind him at the moment. That's some fairly hefty turn of speed there that Michael has. Runs a little bit deep. Oh, looks like Michael's got some kind of problem and has pulled off into the infield. So something's not quite right there. Let's pick up the number 7 car. We haven't followed the 7 car of Luigi Cavallero. He's the last car just coming out onto the main straight now. It's a late 80s Benetton inspired colour scheme, I think, for those of a certain age. 1 minute remaining. Luigi takes a few liberties with the curb there. Not necessarily troubling many apexes, but he's running around in the middle of the circuit, not making a huge number of mistakes either, which over a 5-minute run, they're the things that cost you. Luigi getting passed by Michael. So Michael obviously recovering from his earlier issue. And quite decent out there. Giorgio Favoretto did not take the start, so we've just had the 6 cars out there. We've managed to cover everybody. We've got Michael Freeble being chased down by Michael Lee. They're just going on down the main straight now. That's time out for heat number 8. Heat number 8 complete here, with Michael Lee and Michael Freeble taking the top 2 times over 3 consecutive laps. Next up, we have got the top heat of the Formula class. David Erbar currently fastest over 3 laps from Luke Lee and Jan Rathajski. So those 3, the podium finishers last time we were here in 2019, albeit slightly different order. In fact, reverse order. So Luke Lee still piggy in the middle in P2. David Erbar was 3rd last time out and is now currently quickest over 3 laps. Jan Rathijski, the defending champion, currently 3rd fastest over 3 laps so far today. Just the Terry Lee recovering Luke's car and looking up at him on the driver's stand on shot. So is that a bit of a drama for Luke early on?
Hello.
Hello, Matt. How are you?
Am I here?
Are you here? Well, I can hear you. I believe.
I think I'm too loud.
So
I think I'm here though, which is fantastic. I mean, I know I'm here because it's 41.5 degrees in the shade.
Yes.
Here at the Hudy Arena.
I am aware of this.
It's been playing havoc, but it will make for some exciting racing.
It will do, absolutely.
Maybe some passed out races.
There'll be some passed out. There'll be some passed out commentators and cameramen, I think, by the end of this.
There may well be. We're delayed slightly going on air because we had a bit of a power cut.
Yes.
But we're here now. We've made it. We're ready for qualifying when it eventually gets underway.
Yes. So we have got this final heat of Formula, and then we've got 3 heats of Modified. Then we've got a bit of a break for a reseed for about 20 minutes or so, 20-ish minutes. And then we go straight into the last round of qualify, the last run of the day. I've done this before. the last round of the day, which is the first round of qualifying.
Easy for you to say.
Yes, there we go. I knew what I meant. It's just it didn't quite come out. Here we go. David Erbar's going to lead off. There we go. David leading away with the white front, blue centre, black rear car. And Luke Lee, you just missed that out of shot, but Luke Lee made a big mistake there, out of the back of shot. So trying a little bit too hard. He's going to plummet down the order like a lemming. Certainly on the first couple of laps. And I think I've just seen who's that had a half? Is that Jan Rethieski's had a half spin as well? It is. So David Urbar's pace in trying to chase that has it's possibly meant that Luke and Jan have made some changes to their car, which are really not that agreeable to it. Let's have a look at who's running in second at the moment. Jeremy Limoges with the 7 car. You'll have to bear with us because these Formula cars are a little bit harder to spot the numbers on. They don't have nice wide areas. That's the 2 car. Let's see if we can spot the 7 car. Yeah, we're going to struggle a little bit with that. So we're still running at the moment. Let's have a look with the... I think Frank's managed to pick him up, actually, as he goes down the main straight. So Frank's done this a little better than I have. So this event coverage of the EFRA 110th Electric Touring Car Euros brought to you in conjunction with the event sponsors Tony Sport. We'd like to thank them for bringing us here. Also Monaco RC and Hobby Wing as well. You look like you got something to say, Matt.
I can go one better than that.
You can go one better than that?
I can announce that this is the EFRA Tony Sport 110th Electric Track European Championship.
Okay.
Title sponsors, we're very pleased to have Tony Sport with us and supporting us. Very exciting. And we've got some exciting things to play out. We'll have a look at some MR33 products over the weekend. Some nice clips that we have to learn a bit about that. Obviously we won't do it during the racing action, but we'll do it in some of the gaps. And we talked to Mark after the opening ceremony, and we'll talk to Mark a bit more about what he's up to. So yeah, thank you to Tony Sport and Hobby Wing and Monaco RC for making this possible.
Absolutely, there we go. The consummate professional did that. Drop those links in a lot better than I managed. Luke Lee's managed to get himself back up into second place in the heat. Let's see if we can spot him. He is a red front, yellow rear car. He's just coming round across the loop now, I believe. Yep, that's the 2 car of Luke Lee. So Luke running second to David Urbar. I think we want to be forward a couple of cars, Frank, to pick him up on camera. He is the second of the 2 cars, just about to cross the timing line now. That's the one. It's Luke Lee, and he's just made his way through some traffic in front of him. Pulling away quite nicely. Let's just watch down through the kink. So, he's trying very, very hard there. There's quite a lot of understeer. These Formula 1 cars do have a tendency to push through the front tyre. If you overload the tyre, it's quite easy to sort of blast straight through the slip angle of the tyre and induce quite a lot of understeer with it. Let's see if he manages. No, it almost looks like he's actually using that to encourage a change of direction. It's quite a brave move. It might pay off over 3 laps for speed, but over 5 minutes it's not going to do your rear tyres many favours in terms of keeping the temperatures under control. Let's just have another look and see if he's doing the same again, because it does almost look deliberate. That's a lot of curb that he takes there. Look a little bit more under control and not quite sideways there. Let's see Jan Rethieski. He's running it in 4th, our defending champion, with the 1 car. See if we can pick up Jan. Jan will be a white, black and orange car. I think this is just him coming across the loop now. Yeah, it is. The 1 car of Jan Rethieski just going out onto the main straight. As we've got 45 seconds of this top heat remaining. Oh, very, very backed in from Jan there. So Jan looking like he's got a little bit more stability at low speed, but suffering a little bit more at high speed off the end of the main straight, certainly. Let's see if he experiences the same again. Yeah, so it steps out again. It's just coming in off of that kink, which is a bit weird because he's got the stability here where it's the same sort of off-throttle situation that you get. So it's not an excess of rear droop that would necessarily cause that. It just seems to be that when he loads it up beyond a certain steering angle, he managed it fine that time, but all time's done now. David Erbar then, the quickest over 3 laps, so he will be, I believe, top seed. He was going into this, so he should retain that. From Luke Lee and Jeremy Limoges, I believe will be lining up third.
You're watching the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10th Electric Touring Car European Championships 2022, and we are streaming in more places than ever before, which is super exciting for me to check out the comments. We've got people watching on Red RC, which is awesome to have people watching and commenting along. You can now watch the EFRA European Championships wherever you like to get your RC content. So we're on Red RC's YouTube channel, we're on RC Racing TV's YouTube and Facebook, and of course we're on EFRA's YouTube and Facebook as well. And people are saying, Hadrian Contact saying hello, French power. Jitsi Midiem is saying David is on fire.
I think we're all on fire, not quite literally, but
he's saying X-Ray looks a bit too aggressive at the moment.
Potentially, yes.
Stu Cartwright saying hello from sunny Croatia. Great to be watching. Ashley King says hello, James.
Hello, Ashley.
Uwe Reinhardt's watching. Hello. Hi, boys and girls. Hey, Uwe.
Hi, Uwe. Obviously, Uwe, well, the father of Tony Reinhardt. Behind Tony Sport.
And behind something else, which I can show you now. There we go. We're also going to be, as we're working with Tony Sport this weekend, we'll also be shedding a light on the MR33 products and talking to Mark as well. So thanks to Uwe for watching along. Father of both. So yeah.
Father of both Tony and Mark, indeed.
Indeed. Stu Cartwright's asking, how many heats in total, James?
There are 12 heats, Stu. There is 1 heat of Frontie. There are 5 heats of stock. There are 3 heats of Formula. And there are 3 heats of modified. Well, certainly in practice. There's a few people haven't seen register, so the reseed might take that down by a heat, but we'll have to wait. Reseed coming up after these races. This is the first heat of modified. So Marcus von Elling, Soren Sparbier, Uri Hudy, Igor Liptak, Jose Pereira, Elias Hedstrom, Rich Greenwood, Vilma Gustafsson and Giuseppe Di Liguori. Andy Hyde also asking, what are the dot markers for? They are just to identify, well, that part of them are to hold down the AstroTurf, Andy, and others are just to identify different track layouts. So you can see in the chicane under the driver's rostrum, when you get a car come through there in a moment, we'll just catch a car just entering the main straight now. You can see these modified cars have got huge horsepower. But as we come down here, those dot markers are just holding down the various sections of AstroTurf. Those ones there on the left hand side of your shot mark out a different track layout, essentially, where you can cut out that fairly awkward chicane under the driver's rostrum, which is it's a slow corner, but it makes up it's a small part of the lap, but it makes up a lot of the lap time here. in terms of getting that right and getting that wrong. The first part of it's pretty easy to get into. It's just really, really easy to gas it up too hard and jump a little bit too far into the second part of it, which slows you up. It destroys your rhythm completely. No such worries though for the car that we are following, which going down the main straight. Let's pick up his number next time as he comes around. A little bit of grass there, but not too costly. That's the 7 car. That is Soren Sparbier. Let's see if we can pick up the 5 car of Richard Greenwood. He's currently running in 3rd position. Let's have a look. So he is the blue car that's looking a little wayward and a little bit loose at the rear as he's going down the main straight. So a bit of over rotation off the exit of the corner there. In general, looks like he's struggling as he puts the power down to stop it from over rotating. So possibly slightly too thick on the diff. He's also struggling a little bit with mid-corner rotation, so maybe a slightly thinner diff needed for Rich there. That will potentially calm the car down, make it a little bit easier to drive. Not necessarily quicker over one lap, but a little bit more confidence inspiring and keep the rear tyre temps under control. Jose Pereira running in 2nd place, car 8. See if we can spot an 8 car out there. I think it might be the yellow car. Down to 4 cars running out there. So, yep, the 8 car is the yellow coloured car. That has just let he's let Soren Sparbier through, and Soren will be fairly considerably quicker. He's about half a second a lap faster over 3 laps than anybody else. So he is going to want to be hoping to be bumping himself up a heat. One minute left. Soren Sparbier still leading from Jose Pereira, who we're following. Igor Liptak. Well, by definition, he must be the... Well, actually, no, scrub that. There's only 3 cars left out there now. And Rick Greenwood thinks he's seen Elvis and just disappears off the side of the track as well. He's got it going again. But Rick looking like he is struggling to tame the rear of that car. Soren Sparbier, the 7 car, just going past us now. The white front, red and blue centre. Just on the main straight with 30 seconds left. Let's see if we can locate him. There we go. That is Soren Sparbier, junior driver. He's just looking to bring this home. It's looking pretty comfortable now. I can't see anybody necessarily being able to beat his time at this point. Soren Sparbier has now finished, actually. So we're just waiting for Jose Pereira to finish in the 8 car. There he goes across the line. Jose has finished. So this the EFRA Tony Sport Electric 1/10 European Championships. Soren Sparbier taking the fastest 3 consecutive laps.
Did you clock the request to follow Urban?
Lucas
Urban?
Lucas Urban, we didn't, but he is in this heat and he is car number 6. He is the 2nd place man, so no doubt we will catch him at some point. So we've got in this heat, penultimate heat of modified, Loic Yasmin, Lucas Urban, we've got Antoine Brunet, we have got Yuri Weisin, Mate Sulk, Harley Eldridge, Michele Manzo, Mattis Benettin and Matthias Knopp will be our drivers. 1 minute until the start of this heat. Talking of heat.
Oh no, it's all right now. It's only 41.1 degrees in the shade.
Oh, okay. It's dropped. It's dropped by about half a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, it's a bit warm. It's a little bit warm.
I don't know why we're surprised. I think every year, I can't remember how many years we've done this on this track.
At this meeting, at this time of year.
At this time of year, at least 2 or 3.
Yeah. I'm going to say this very British sounding thing now as well. It's a different type of heat.
It is a different type of heat. Yeah, it's European heat.
It
obviously.
is.
Post Brexit, we can't deal with it.
It's like central. Well, it's Central Europe. We've got no coastal. With the it's the humidity.
It's the humidity.
It's the humidity.
Yeah.
That,
and the wind, it's like hot wind. It's not cold wind like we get back home.
Okay. Yes. This is taking a slightly bizarre turn.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes, indeed. Loic Yasmin leads away. We're following him. Lucas Urban following him in second position. So these two drivers would, maybe. Oh, there's a spin there as well for Loic at off the end of the main straight. So Lucas has picked up the front. Let's run with Lucas. One car in front. Thank you, Frank. Lucas Urban.
It's a request from Hadrian Contact for us to follow Lucas. So.
Okay, so we'll run with Lucas for a little bit. And over rotation from Lucas. It's perhaps following someone with the camera isn't a good idea. So just a little bit too much curb there on the sort of exit of the sort of kink after the main straight, and round the car goes. Back up and running again. Antoine Brunet is our leader, though, with the 5 car. Let's see if we can spot the 5 car. Is he that powder blue car? I think he might be. Yes, he is. So that is the, I guess Smurf blue, you might call it, car out there. Let's see, we've got him. Thought we were going for a commentator's curse on him as well, but no, car looking really well balanced actually as he comes out onto the main straight, down there through the kink quite nicely, brings the speed down. It's looking very, very nice actually. It's looks like the kind of car that you'd want to be driving. A little bit slow in the change of direction in that chicane under the driver's rostrum, so perhaps that is the high speed stability that he's getting and the confidence that he's gaining in the car through some of these high-speed flicks. Maybe it's costing him a little bit. The car just looking a little bit ponderous there in some of the low-speed changes of directions, like he's having to wait to pick up the throttle. So, as always, with any kind of setup, it is a bit of a trade-off, trying to find the best way of getting around the track as fast as you can. Of course, there's only one corner like that. If you make it slower in that one corner but better in the other 14 corners on the circuit, you're up overall. Looking pretty good out there. Who's quickest now, though? Car number 4, Yuri Vysin. Let's see if we can find the 4 car out there. I think the 4 car is 1 car back from him, Frank. The white, red and white car. So watch Yuri try and close in. That is the 4 car. So we're watching Yuri Vysin trying to close in on Antoine Brunet. You just see the car just turns a little bit harder in some of the low speed stuff. High speed stuff he's having to be a little bit more cautious, but you can see he's just eating time through some of these slower corners. Edging towards the back of Antoine Brunet. Lucas Urban up into 3rd position. Loic Yasmin running in 4th. And in fact, Antoine seems to have got a little bit of a hurry up now and is edging away from Yuri. Let's have a look at who else we are expecting to be fast from this heat. Michele Manzo, he's been front runner at some of the meetings this year, so that was the 3 car. Let's see if we can spot Michele out there anywhere as we've got 1 minute to go. So the 3 car is the Dayglow red front, blue centre, white rear. He's just onto the main straight now. Picked up the car of Michele. It's well driven. It just looks like he's having to lose a little bit too much speed in the middle of the corner. So the car just not quite carrying the corner speed he'd want it to. Maybe rolling a little too much. The orange car closing him in. Doing the sensible thing actually and backing away from him. When you're going for 3 consecutive laps, of course, you can do that and aim for that. But just coming up to the end of this penultimate heat of modified, so 1 heat left. So just joining us here for this EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 electric touring car Euros.
You got it.
I got it. Also brought to you in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. So I'd like to thank all of our event sponsors for helping us to bring you this coverage. We have got 1 heat of modified to go. Then we have a bit of a break where we've got a reseed. So a few recognisable names here. Mark Reinhard. Apparently he's won a few races in his time. Bruno Coelho, our defending champion. Ronald Volker, second, will start 3rd. Second last time out was what I was going to say here. Alex Hagberg, 4th position. Chrissy Krapp will start in 5th. So just seeing this event coverage brought to you in conjunction with Tony Sport here at the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 electric touring car Euros. Mark Reinhard going to be off first, Bruno Coelho 2nd, Ronald Volker 3rd. 1 minute until the start, so cars just being released out onto the circuit. So yeah, Mark from Bruno from Ronald Volker. Alex Hagberg will start 4th, Chrissy Krapp 5th, Marco Kauthman 6th, Yannick Prumper 7th, Oliver Havranek 8th, Michael Olowski, though we've not seen him, and not seen him here at all this weekend, and expecting him to be prepping for the off-road Euros. So,
speaking of which, Matthew John Guppy's watching, who will be our host, our commentator for that very event at the Robin Hood Raceway. Hey, Matt Guppy. Matt says Frank is a hero.
Frank is a hero.
Frank is a hero. He's on the camera right now, moving it for you.
He is.
We'll be moving the camera for the top heats, and then we'll in the lower heats we'll be going to make some content during practice and qualifying. But James will keep you abreast of all of the
I will commentate. We have a few cameras around the track, so I can try and switch up the camera views around the track. Mark leading away then. Remember their current positions set over 3 fastest laps. Some very imaginative spraying of body shells going on out here. So we have the white car of Mark Reinhard leading the white car of Bruno Coelho. The green car of Alex Hagberg. And the spearmint green car of Ronald Volker, who has made a mistake and dropped down the field somewhat. So Mark, former world champion, Being very calm and composed. Bruno, defending European champion. Very familiar here with the circuit at the Hudy Arena, obviously as an X-ray driver. So over 3 laps, Bruno currently quickest. So let's move back from the white car, back one white car. We've now got Bruno Coelho, defending champion, as he tries to close in on the back of Mark Reinhardt. These two very, very experienced. Raced each other for many, many years. A pair of them closing in on the 7 car of Oliver Havranak. So Oliver just getting the call from Björn, the race announcer. So he gets out of Mark's way. And Bruno will be with him very, very shortly. So just keeping an eye on where they are. The current ranking that's showing is over 3 consecutive laps, but it also actually reflects what they're doing over 5 minutes as well currently. Ronald Volker has popped up into 3rd position, so Ronald running the minty green coloured car just as he comes out onto the main straight now. Single solid colour body shells, the order of the day at the moment. Possibly race paint coming out for the latter stages of qualifying and maybe some finals. Let's have a look at Ronald's car. Some pretty potent horsepower there. So Ronald's car looking nice and stable as you'd expect. Just closing in, passes some traffic. Say traffic, and then you don't consider that these are world-class drivers in their own right who are being lapped and getting out of the way. But, Mark and Bruno still circulating, tied together by what looks like a bungee cord. Bruno closing in on the back of Mark, out of shot, but hasn't caught him and passed him yet, so that could be a pretty thrilling battle. Let's have a look at Alex Hagberg. Alex is the green car, just entering the main straight now. So Alex, as with Bruno, are very, very experienced here at this circuit. So, big accident off the end of the main straight. So you just saw that out of shot, and the marshal out there recovering the car. I'm just trying to see who that was that has stopped running and is not updating. That was Yannick, I think. I think the marshal might need a leaf blower to clear that one up. That's a bit of a mess out there. So I believe that to be Yannick Prumper. No, Yannick is still running. Okay. Maybe not then. So one of the 2 orange cars out there. 1 minute left remaining. Let's go back to the Bruno and Mark show. They're down the main straight. There's still Bruno closing on the back of Mark, but hasn't found his way through there. Just as we join them, Bruno slides past Mark. Mark opens the door and lets him go. This will be a good opportunity for Mark as well to find out where Bruno is a little bit quicker. So he's caught up over the course of a 5-minute run. He's caught up just over a second. So this could be a fairly thrilling battle, actually, if it turns out to be this close. Obviously now Bruno is in front on the track. He's definitely in front on the split, or what would be the split. With this being, were this a timed 5-minute run, it's 3 consecutive laps. Actually, Mark now looks like he's a little bit quicker, and sometimes that's always the way. When you're following another car, you're not driving defensively, and you're looking a little bit quicker. And actually, I think Bruno's realised Mark's game, and that he's trying to figure out where he's quick. Just backs out of it. So that is the top heat of modified done here at the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. You can see Bruno Coelho taking that from Mark Reinhardt and Ronald Volker. Alex Hagberg in 4th, so big names up there at the top of that field. And we've got a reseed coming up. Welcome to you if you're just joining us here on our coverage of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10th Electric Touring Car European Championships. Also supported by Hobbywing and Monaco RC as well. Just got a bit of a lull actually at the moment. We've got a bit of a break in the action whilst we get set for the first heat of first heat of Frontie to go. We can try something.
Should we try something? We're trying things. Just you know how it is.
We know how it is.
First day of live stream. It's very hot, late on air. Trying things out. That's how it is.
Absolutely.
So sorts of things we're going to be doing over the next 2 days after today. So let's try something out. There you go. Just one example of the fantastic MR33 racing products that you can buy from Tony Sport.
Absolutely. So that's the tool range with the nice little tool holder as well, little tool stand. So actually that one's quite funky because it clips together with the little parts tray as well. It's like sort of magnetically clips together. It's quite a nice feature of that.
Really satisfying.
Yeah, it's just for like pit table feng shui.
Yeah, of course.
It's sort of that's important, how everything sits and fits together on the pit table and everything having its place. And you know, when you've got a bit of a panic going on, which of course never happens.
Never.
Needing, being able to put your hands exactly where all the tools are. So having them nicely organised like that, it's a nice feature.
Absolutely. Berkan Kilic is watching. Hello, sir. Hello, Mr. Kilic, watching some on-road action. He says, great that RC Racing TV is finally back streaming the Euros. That's right, this is our first Euros streaming this season, and we are so excited and so happy to be back at the Hudy Arena. This is the start of the year for us. Obviously, we didn't make it to 12th, but we're here now, and we're looking forward to an awesome package of events that we have coming. With the Robin Hood Raceway and the off-road 1/10th Euros coming up next. But yeah, you're watching the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10th Electric Track European Championships, brought to you by Hobbywing and Monaco RC, and we're at the Hudy Arena. How long have we got? We've got a while to go until the action starts.
It's like 20 minutes. So that's going to be a lot of filler for us. To fill in for that, so this might be an opportunity for us to go and grab a drink. But it starts at 1:30.
Excellent. We will be back with you
in for 4:30 our time.
We'll see you shortly.
We are back. So welcome to those of you just joining us here on this live stream on any of the channels that we have it available on. This is the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros for 2022. Also brought to you in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Just about to watch the only round of qualifying to take place today. This the Frontie class. So this now the fastest 5-minute time that they're going for. Pavel Stazowski. Going off first with the yellow coloured car. So, bit of a issue there for David Kushneroo. Slight issue after the reseed. He hadn't changed his numbers. 10 seconds. Mad panic for his pitman. Pavel going to lead away from Max Mackler and Stefan Schultz. Bit of wheel spin for these guys. A lot of wheel spin for Max coming off the line. We're watching Pavel. Leads away around the loop. This will be quite interesting because Pavel looked like he was quick over 3 laps, which is what got him the seeding. Max looked maybe a little bit quicker over a run. You can already see Max looks like he's made a slightly quicker start. He's less than 1 second away as he crosses the line because Max is just in the back of shot. Max Mackler leading after lap 1. Stefan Schultz in second position with the 3 car. Will Pavel open up? Pavel has opened up and let Max through in the front. So Max Mackler, the white and orange coloured car, leading now. See if he can tow Pavel up the order. Stefan Schultz still running in second place. Let's see if we can move back to Stefan. He's 2 cars back, the all white coloured car. There we go. This the car of Stefan Schultz. Pavel Stazowski up into 3rd position. And Max trying to make a break for it at the front. He is the only driver sub 22 seconds at the moment for a lap with this front wheel drive class. Stefan, best time a 22.476. In fact, Max has done a 21.8 somewhere out there, so he's somehow found 6/10 on a hot lap in his pocket over anybody else. That's pretty impressive stuff as he's carving his way through the traffic. Let's see if we can pick up Pavel again. He's the he's the first of the 2 yellow cars. Now just about to sweep round onto the main straight. Pavel giving chase. So Pavel got to keep an eye on Stefan Schultz. Stefan started 2 seconds behind him. Is currently a little bit less than that. The front 3 running kind of equidistant to one another around this circuit. This the first time that this class is being run at it's not actually a European Championship. This is a EFRA Cup for this class, which explains the 1 heat. Let's have a look at the gaps between them. So Max leading this one by about 2.2 seconds currently over Stefan Schultz. And Pavel Stazowski is about 9/10 of a second further back from Stefan Schultz. Some good action going on at the front of this Frontie class. 2 minutes to drive. Let's see if we can pick up Max Mackler again. So the white front, orange centered car, or orange roofed car. See if we can spot him as he heads out round onto the main straight. There we go. So Max just comes off the end of the main straight. You can see these front-wheel drive cars have always have a little bit of a tendency to understeer, but then when you gas it up, the rear of the car follows. Max's car looking nice and smooth. He's looking a bit more comfortable with this than he has been with his four-wheel drive car, actually. The car looking good, smooth, consistent. As he starts closing in on some traffic, there's a really nice line through there from Max. It's not too urgent as he tries to scrub that speed off. What do we got? We're into the final minute now. Max currently leading this one by pretty much exactly 3 seconds over Stefan Schultz, who is about another second down the road from Pavel Strzowski. These three looking the class of the field. David Kushnerud trying to give chase in 4th place, but always seemed a little bit of a step behind them. So these guys, well, the top 4 all predicting 14 lap runs. Everybody else looking like a 13 lap run. Max closing on some traffic down the end of the straight, and it opens up very nicely for him. That fell quite well as we come into the last few seconds. So Max has finished. Just waiting for, I think, David Kushnerud. David has finished. There we go, Max Mackler takes it. So Max Mackler from Stefan Schultz, Pavel Strzowski, David Kushnerud, Jan Gehrig, Soren Sparbier, Misha Cruz, Kevin Sparbier, Boris Siladi, and Casper Morgan. The coverage of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships from the Hudy Arena in Trenčín, Slovakia. Event coverage also brought to you in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Heat 2 about to go live now. We're going to lose some of the moving camera for this, but we'll try and keep you up to speed with what is happening in the commentary. We'll be back with a moving camera for the top heats. We'll have moving cameras for all finals as well. Competitors for group number 2. Just waiting to see those pop up. A few minutes to the start.
Thank you if you're watching along. There's quite a lot of you out there. So that's good. That's nice. Everyone's still interested. Everyone's still excited about RC racing, about RC Motorsport Europe. So that's fantastic. We've got Edward Pickering watching from Japan.
Excellent.
Edward, it's been years since I've seen your name on a comment. So that's fantastic to have you watching. Yeah, we missed you too. We've got BJ Williams. Hello, good morning from the USA, RC Racing TV. So we have Japan, we have USA. It goes further. I think we have Brazil. Zanon Guskar is watching in Brazil. So we are global. We're worldwide like Pitbull right now, which is great.
Absolutely. Have we got anybody in Antarctica? If they have, can they send us some ice, please?
Yeah. Hero124XX says, go, go, go. Keep it up, everyone. Ant Locklear, the F1s don't look bad on tarmac.
No. They probably look a little bit... Ant's, I think, probably used to seeing F1s on carpet, which they quite often they run on foam tyres, and they're... Compared to other cars that run on foam tyres on carpet, they're quite long and still the same width, so they kind of tend to understeer into snap oversteer on them, and it's quite an art to make them look effective. But who have we got in this heat? We have got Laszlo Kiss-Orban. We have Frontie Skorcic, Jelko Selman, Willem Bulo, Katarina Vaskivova, Greg Allen, Vilma Gustafsson, and we have Panos Koutsarukis. So heat is off and running. Just going to try and keep you up to speed with what's going on with the overall results. So Laszlo Kiss-Orban is leading this one on lap number 1. So this is the first time that these drivers will have run together today. Obviously in the previous heat, with there only being one heat, there was no reseed at all, other than the starting order, but they were all in with each other, or they've been in with each other all day. Now we're starting to see the first of the classes where there's been some reseeds and people popped in different positions. So just having a look and seeing who is pumping in some good lap times. So 2, 3 and 4 pretty close together. So Willem Bulo is currently quickest. He is an all-white car out there. He's running actually behind the 2 and 3 car on track, but of course he's in front on the split. The 3 cars had a bit of an off out there of Jelko Selman. So it's the 2 car now of Frontie Skorcic who is leading. The 2 car is a fluoro yellow car that you've just seen flash through your shot. No, we're not on that particular camera. Just coming round onto the main straight now. So he will... We just moved camera. So you've just seen him fly through the top of your shot. And now into your shot again. So this is the leader that's just coming through. In fact, the 4 car of Willem Bulo now taking the lead back again. He was the all-white coloured car, wasn't he, that started out 2 seconds behind. So let's see this yellow car come through. There you go. 1, 2. Oh. Skorcic now leading from Bulo by, let's have a look. Well, Skorcic has got the fastest lap, and in fact it was that fastest lap last time out of a 19.9. He's the only driver to go sub 20 seconds on a single lap. Willem Bulo running in 2nd position. Katarina Vaskivova is in 3rd position. Jelko Selman is 4th. Greg Allen running in 5th position currently. Just trying to spot Greg. Greg running in splendid solitude. He's just heading out onto the main straight now. Down the main straight. So he's just going through the top of your shot. And this will be Greg coming through into your shot anytime now. There you go. There goes Greg. So Greg's car looking a little bit more planted at the rear. Haven't had a chance to have a chat with him, see what changes he's made, but did look a little bit like he was suffering from over-rotation on throttle before. He was suggesting that he might want to consider thinning the diff out slightly. Maybe a little bit of over-rotation when he leans on it a bit too hard, but he's getting it around there. It's not provoking him into overdriving the car like it was earlier. 2 minutes left to run in this. Frontie Skorcic still leading this one and has got a lead of, well, it's predicted to finish about 6 seconds in front. He's currently leading by around 4 seconds from Willem Bulo. Katarina Vaskiova in 3rd position. In fact, Jelko Selman is... No, Katarina has popped up again into 3rd position. Keeps on updating and changing where she was further down the field. Frontie van Skorčić leading this one relatively comfortably as we go into the final minute here at the Hudy Arena. This the EFRA 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros, brought to you in conjunction with Tony Sport, also supported by Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Frontie van Skorčić crosses the line again. 30 seconds of this sole qualifying run remaining. Sole qualifying run of the day. Got further 4 rounds of qualifying to take place tomorrow. But we'll want to put in... It always feels nice going away with a good time in your pocket come the end of the day, just to make it a bit... little bit more Frontie van Skorčić, and then taking that one. So next heat will be Jaroslav Kris, Kasper Morgan, Kasper Bjerregaard, Julian Jost, Elias Hedstrom, Lucas Vopat, Jaume Pertigues and Ivan Magyar. Two minutes until the start of the next heat. Cars being placed down on the track. That's the Julian Jost, just putting his car centre of shot. Going for warm-up laps, and oh, this looks ominous. A stop-go penalty board being placed just in front of us. Cars all lining up. There's the second heat then of the stock class at the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros 2022. So Jaroslav Kris leads away with the pink coloured car. It's pink and white.
So we lost Ivan after 2 meters.
And Ivan Magyar doesn't make it off the line. Julian Jost has just made a bit of a mess of the chicane. So front three have made a definite break for it. Jaroslav Kris, in fact Kasper Bjerregaard leading with the 3 car. He is the all orange coloured car in the... Let's just have a look. He's just flashed through the back of your shot now. So he's behind on the track, but he is in front on the split. He's running staggered qualifying. So he is the number 3 car. The reason that he is leading is he is less than 2 seconds behind the number 1 car. Looks like 2/10 faster on a hot lap. Just see if the gap remains consistent this time. So predicted time is looking like it's going to be quite close. Kasper Bjerregaard predicting a time currently, if he maintains the same pace, of a 16 in 3:08. And we're looking for a 16, well, in fact, it's 16 3:10. So, yeah, they're going to be in very similar positions come the end of this one. Casper looking like he's just starting to edge away very slightly. Front three have made a definite break for it though. And the remaining 4 cars all gathered together as well. So you just see the front 3 flash through your screen there. Casper Morgan also getting himself of Yaroslav Kritz. I think Casper's dropped back very slightly now. So a bit of a mistake there from the 2 car, and he is going to have the 3 car right on him. Well, he will have very, very shortly. Okay, the 3 car of Casper Bjerregaard just dropping back very slightly. And half spin there for Yaroslav. Closes the 3 of them up together again. So I think the timing order is going to be 3, 2, 1. And it is. Front 3 have made a definite break for it. Behind them, Elias Hedstrom running in 5th place? 4th place. 4th place with car number 5. Casper Bjerregaard still leading Casper Morgan and Yaroslav Kritz. Bjerregaard now past Casper Morgan. Still 3, 2, 1 the running order. It's really close. Casper Bjerregaard definitely in front, but very, very close out there from Yaroslav Kritz and Casper Morgan. Looking at their predicted finishing times, they're next to identical. 1 minute remaining. Casper Bjerregaard still leading this one. His best lap about 2 tenths faster, 1.5 tenths faster than anybody else. So, bit of an issue there for the number 1 car of Yaroslav Kritz. So, that will put Casper Morgan definitely up into 2nd position and resolve that, providing Casper can get to the end without an issue. So, it's Casper Bjerregaard leading from Casper Morgan at the moment. Yaroslav Kritz still in 3rd position, but some way off the pack of the lead 2 now. So all cars finished. Casper Bjerregaard takes that from Casper Morgan. Yaroslav Kritz in 3rd position. Heat number 4 getting set to go. Jeremy Limoges, Luis Moreno, Simon Horak, Benjamin Elbisier, Nuno Huber, Adrian Vialet, Flavio Paladin, Julius Schaefer and Matthias Moll will be your 9 drivers taking part in this heat. So heat number 4 of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car Euros for 2022 from the Hudy Arena in Trenčín, Slovakia. Event coverage also brought to you in conjunction with Hobby Wing and Monaco RC. All cars just going for their warm-up laps on to the line and round to the line. Just taking a sip of water, which is like a cup of lukewarm tea. Heat 4 just going out, so heat 6 is the top heat of stock. Now we'll be bringing you motion coverage of the top heat. 30 seconds to the start. Jeremy Limoges set to lead off. So Jeremy leads off from Luis Moreno. And Luis Moreno makes a mistake as he comes around onto the main straight, which is going to drop him back almost immediately. That will be a great thing for Jeremy Limoges to see. You don't wish it on any of your competitors, but it's always nice to see a little bit of a gap open up behind you immediately. As we expected, Jeremy Limoges with the hot lap out of the box. Julius Schaefer running in 2nd position after the opening lap. See where he updates to. And he's dropping down the field now, so he's had popped up in 3rd position. So it's 1 car from the 3 car. Jeremy Limoges from Simon Horak. The number 1 car just firing through your shot now, being chased by the 2 car and the 3 car. So the 2 car, the white fronted pink rear car. The 3 car is on screen it'll look pretty much all red, and in fact the 2 cars made a mistake now, so the 3 car just coming through your shot in isolation now. And whoa, nice Larry tail slide there as he gets it on the throttle exit in the chicane. Looks spectacular, but you don't want to be doing that too often. You're backing the car in a little bit, so you can do some single fast laps like that, but you're going to struggle over the course of a run if you keep on doing that. You're going to overheat the rear tyres, particularly in this kind of heat. I mean, the temperature has dropped off slightly. When we say slightly, it means it's in the high 30s rather than the low 40s. Still not particularly comfortable. Weather's supposed to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, then back to similar kind of conditions on Sunday. 1 car out there still making very, very good progress. The yellow front, white rear car. There we go, just through the back of the shot, the last of those cars through, although he's just had 2 cars crash in front of him, of traffic that he needs to lap. Jeremy Limoges still leading this one. Simon Horak still running in 2nd position with the number 3 car. Nuno Huber in 3rd position with the 5 car. Just trying to pick up where Nuno is on the circuit, just so that we can get an idea of what his car's doing and how it looks. Nuno is running the kind of Michael Olowski inspired body shell. So white, green and blue out there. He's just heading out onto Main Straight. He's circulating by himself. Seeing if there's any potential flash points out there for fast cars catching slow cars. Leader has made his way through all of the traffic. I think, how long's he got left? He's got just over a minute left. So barring any mistakes from anybody in front of him, I think he's unlikely to catch any cars. It's the 9 car that would be next up, which is Matthias Moll, who is himself lapping at a respectable pace. He's lapping, what is he? Around 0.2 slower than Jeremy Limoges. So very unlikely to be caught, barring a mistake, with just coming up to 30 seconds left.
The lady, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Jeremy's car looking very calm, very smooth, nice and consistent. Help him get this banker run in his pocket, certainly with 30 seconds to go. That is the worst feeling in the world when you've managed to stitch together a good run. First run on fresh tyres as well. Obviously, everybody in round 1 of qualifying is going to be on fresh tyres. It's where everybody's equal. Tyre strategies start coming into play later on in the weekend. The only real way that you could put any kind of strategy on in round 1 is sitting it out effectively, so that you're saving your fresh tyres. But I think with the temperatures that we're likely going to be seeing, these slightly cooler temperatures towards the end of the day, very slightly cooler, this may be the opportunity to do a good time for a tie-break position. So coming up later on in the weekend, so it always pays to bring it home, which Jeremy Limoges has. That is the end of heat number 4. So we're just having heat number 5 go up there now. So heat number 5 of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. Also brought to you in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Just getting set to go live. And cars being released out onto the circuit. Drivers Valent Gergo, Gergo Valent, Mark Valent, Marcus von Elling, Pavel Stezowski, Patrick Follman, Kevin Sparbier, Enrico Jung, Boris Saladi and Maxime Ripoll. You'll see on your timing bar on the top right of your screen, Valent and Valent. It's because we have Gergo and Mark Valent both out there, the Hungarian pair. 1 minute until the start.
Correct.
30 seconds until the start of this EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. Heat number 5, so the penultimate heat of stock touring. Next heat is the top heat. So Gergo Valent leads away from Mark Valent. Gergo running the all-white car, Mark running the pink-coloured car. Marcus von Elling in 3rd position. On shot, Marcus's car will look quite similar, although he's got a green splitter and some green detail around it. No, front 3, front 4 really, all having fairly equal opening laps. Seeing who goes to the top. So actually Marcus von Elling moves to the front from Pavel Stazowski, Mark Valent, and Boris Saladi's popped up in the car number 8 as well. So this heat looks quite active in terms of slower cars coming through from the rear of the field. So top heat of stock will be out next. Marcus von Elling popping up in the lead. Pavel Stazowski running in second position. You see the two Valents flick themselves to the top of the order, but that was because they start at 1 and 2. You also had car number 8, Boris Saladi, was making pretty good progress, so everybody fairly closely tied together here on circuit. It's kind of as you'd expect as you get further up the heat list. These guys, with a little bit more luck, could have been in the top heat, some of them. The 5 and the 8 car pretty close together out on the circuit. The 8 car, well, he's managed to catch him past the 5. Oh, in fact, he's just let him back through again. So the 5 car finding a bit of a second wind. Occasionally, though, you find that on new tyres, a car that can be a little bit edgy on brand new tyres can settle down as it comes in and just knocks the edge or takes the edge off of the tyres. Pavel Stazowski leading this one now with the 4 car. Two minutes left. 2 Valents go to the top. Starting to see less and less mistakes, so the order fluctuating less as we get towards the end of the heat. All of these guys heading for fast times. Pavel Stazowski heading for, looks like 16 in 5:08. 5:09 now. Mark Valent, not a million miles behind. He's got that to within about 8/10. So Mark Valent, the number 2 car. See, this is always the difficult thing when it comes to qualifying. Okay, they only started out 2 seconds apart, but even so, you're not on the same part of track as the car that you're racing. It can be a little bit difficult to see, and I'm pretty sure Mark Valent's going to be going around thinking he's on a very good run himself, and then he'll get a bit of a surprise from behind him when Pavel Stazowski pops up in front, which he has again. Gap between them now down to 1/10 though, so Pavel very, very quick at the start, but Mark Valent coming on quite strong at the end of this one and maintaining his pace all the way through. Let's just have a look as it refreshes this time round with 30 seconds to go. Pavel still leading, but it's by about 0.2 of a second now, and last time round Mark Valent was 1/10 quicker over a lap. Mark's got clear track in front of him, so this one could be quite close. Mark Valent now actually takes the lead with less than 10 seconds to go. Mark Valent then leading from Pavel Stazowski right at the death of this heat, manages to just steal it back. Pavel Stazowski takes it back right on the final lap, so stunning last lap there from Pavel Stazowski just to take that away from Mark Valent. That's a good position to be in and a nice position to be in, and for Pavel Stazowski, with only 9 cars in the top heat, he's guaranteed himself a top 10 score for round 1 already, so having been the quickest driver so far. which is always a nice position to be in. Welcome to the coverage of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 European Championships. Just about to see the top heat of stock coming up. The first up on the rostrum was Ollie Bultink, defending champion. Some recognised names there though. Got Jan Rothiski, we've got Ollie Bultink himself, Alex Deshay, Martin Hudy, Adam Isay, Max Mackler, David Erber, Tom Kragewski and Victor Schmid. 1 minute 30 to go before the start of this top heat from the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. Also supported by Hobbywing and Monaco RC. One minute until the start of this top heat.
With the nice good Alex, Martin, Adam, and Tom will check in.
So it looks like a few cars might be sitting this out. Perhaps they're saving tyres till tomorrow.
Number 5, are you there? Can you please check in?
So it looks like Adam Isay sitting this one out.
Group number 6, qualifying round number 1.
Can't see Martin Hudy out there either. Oh, he's changed his body shell.
Car 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, so Adam Isay is out there, but Martin Hudy missing. So this is quite nice for everybody. Nice clear track. Jan Rothiski leading away, the top seed. Got defending champion Ollie Bultink running in second position, but Jan Rothiski has made an awesome start.
So we're on round number 1. We've got a new lap record coming up.
So Jan Rothiski's car, obviously Jan having done a fair few laps around here. Off down the main straight, through the kink. He can just lean on that car so hard as he just flows through this infield section. Ollie Bultink now actually starting to pick up the pace a little. Alex Deshay running in second place with car number 3. Let's see if we can pick him up. He is the all yellow coloured car. So Alex Deshay. Here we go. So he is chasing Ollie Bultink. Ollie Bultink running in third position. Max Mackler up into fourth position. In fact, Victor Schmid's got him from the tail of the field. Jan Rothiski, though, streaking away. Well, I say streaking away at the front, actually. Alex Deshay's pegged him, predicting a time some 0.2 slower than Jan. I think Jan's just gone on the B of the bang and triggered the loop quite early. Alex Deshay pushing quite hard. So only 0.3 of a second on the split between the top two. We're running with the second place man currently, Alex Deshay. If we can move forward one car, you got Ollie Bultink, who is the third place man. There we go. So you'll probably see the leader just disappear out the front of shot and second place in the back of shot. So these guys, the top three. Jan looking like he's heading for a time some half a second faster than Alex Deshay, who we've been running with. Alex trying to catch Ollie Boltink, who we are running with. Let's see if we can have a quick look at Max Mackler. He's the orange coloured car. And Max will be one of the quickest cars, or the quickest car in Frontie. Here we go, that's Max. In fact, Max and Adam Isay are very close together. 5 and the 6 car. Have a quick look at Adam's car. Adam, one car in front of Max, the sort of Smurf blue coloured car entering the main straight now. So 19 second lap. In fact, Adam the quickest driver out there last time out. Over that single lap. So that's a mistake from one of the pink coloured cars. I think that was that Victor Schmid? Yes, that was the 9 car of Victor Schmid. So we're going to see him drop down the field. Haven't seen Martin Hudy out there or Tom Krogewski. So I guess we are going to see them out on fresh tyres tomorrow. Obviously trying to give themselves a bit of an offset relative to the rest of the field. Given it's a relatively long lap, they can start towards the back as well. Starting at the back, they don't have to go immediately. They can give themselves a bit of a gap to drive into with a tyre offset and a tyre advantage. They can try and get themselves up to the front of the field. It's a legitimate strategy. The only thing is track conditions. That, in fairness, tomorrow morning with a slightly cooler track, they might be quite quick. Certainly, you wouldn't want to be trying to do a fast time in the middle of the day in sort of midday heat tomorrow. We've got 1 minute left to go. Let's pick up at the end of this one. Oh, in fact, they're just coming in to finish now. So, what do we get? Jan Rathieski has taken that one from Alex Deshay and Ollie Boltink. Just as they have all finished. So there you go. That was your top heat of stock. Alex Deshay gets that in the end. No, he doesn't. Jan Rathieski does. Hang on. That timing's gone a bit weird. Just checking for an update. Yes, Alex Deshay does get that. So, yeah, timing just went a little bit odd. So, Alex Deshay did take that from Jan Rathieski. Ollie Boltink, defending champion, in 3rd position. Adam Isay, 4th. Max Mackler, 5th. David Erbar, 6th. Pavel Stezowski, 7th. Mark Valent, 8th. Marcus von Elling, 9th. And Gergo Valent, 10th. That is your top 10 for the stock class overnight. So, first of 2 heats of Formula 1 now. So, Michael Wodczyk from Michael Friebel, Thomas Sova, Chris Grentz, Julian Yost, Lucas Vopat, Sandro Gavazzoni, Luigi Cavallero, and Brian Ferreira. So, thank you for joining us for the coverage of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships for 2022. 20 seconds before the start of this Formula 1 heat. So 2 heats of Formula 1. There were 3 heats earlier in the day. That's why we're down to 11 heats from 12 that we had earlier on. Okay, so cars have been released for certainly not racing. This was a warm-up lap that they've just been allowed to do. Formation lap, as you were.
We're ready. Let's go racing.
Start. Car 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
All cars off and running. Michael Wojcik, current quickest. We are aware the timing showing on the display is a little bit off. Timing that we've got currently is showing the best 3 consecutive laps, and of course that was what practice was being seeded by earlier. We're now running on best time over 5 minutes. Four minutes of this remaining. So if you're looking for the timing over 5 minutes currently, that's available on my RCM. But can see, we'll keep you up to speed with what's happening. So Michael Wojcik is leading from Chris Grenz, Thomas Sova and Michael Friebel. Chris Grenz up into second position. So it's 1 from 4 from 3. Three minutes of this heat remaining. Michael Wojcik still leading. And Michael Wojcik carving his way through the field out there. Just keeping an eye on Michael Friebel's car as well. Michael's car looks like it's stalling a little bit in the middle of the corner, not quite carrying as much corner speed as some cars out there. He's having to take quite a wide entry, wide approach. Maybe doesn't look quite as comfortable on new tyres as some cars. He looks like he's a little bit scared to turn in with it. A little bit tail happy.
We're back to 1 minute left on the clock. 1 minute.
One minute of this penultimate heat of the Formula One remaining. And 2 heats of F1 rather than the 3 that there were in practice earlier. So this, the EFRA Tony Sport Touring Car European Championships. Looks like we've now fixed the timing and is displaying correctly up in the top right hand corner of the screen. 4 minutes 30 down. Michael Wojcik still leading this one from Thomas Sova, Chris Grenz, Julian Yost. I think Michael Freeble's just gone for a bit of a Burton. And seems to have picked it back up now. Dropped him down towards the tail of the field though. So Michael Wojcik crosses the line to take that heat.
There he is, and everybody's done. All cars finished.
All set then for the top heat of Formula class here at the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 electric touring car Euros. Also brought to you in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Temperatures dropping very, very slightly towards the end of the day here. David Airbar will lead away from the 1 spot. Luke Lee 2nd, Michael Lee 3rd, Jan Rathieski 4th, Soren Sparbier 5th, Jeremy Limoges will be 6th, Gergo Valent 7th, Jean-Michel Varinard 8th, and Andres Stiebler 9th, with Marek Sova 10th. 10-car heat. So Jan Rathieski, the defending champion from 3 years ago. Last time we had a Touring Car European Championship. Of course, everything been a little bit pandemic suspended since then. So great to be bringing you this coverage again. David Erber going to lead away from Luke and Michael.
20 seconds to start.
We're still going racing, guys. Oh, there he is.
10 seconds to the start. Start. Car 1, 2, 3, 4.
David leading away from Luke and Michael.
7,
This being the first time that Michael's run in with these guys today. He's been reseeded into this top heat from a heat below, and great job to be reseeded into third position as well. David Erbar trying to edge away from Luke Lee. And in fact, Michael's got in front of Luke. So David already well away in front. If we can move back one car. So that's taken a little while. Let's see if we can just pick up where the two Lees are. So they're just coming out onto the main straight now. There we go. So this is, well, Michael's made a really good start. Luke has had a bit of an issue and has dropped down, and he's now in a not particularly nice position to be in, of being behind his brother and being a little bit faster. But oh, there we go, that's resolved that one anyway. So half mistake there from Michael, kind of under a bit of pressure from Luke, but not really. Jan Rathieski, though, will accept that with open arms. It won't reflect on the timing just yet, but it will do next time round. I'm expecting Jan to pop up into second position. David Erbar, meanwhile, has checked out at the front of this. Let's just keep an eye on the timings. Yes, as we thought, Jan Rathieski has popped up into second position. We've still got Michael Lee running in third. In fact, no, Andreas Stiebler with the 9 car has popped up into third position, so he's making some good progress from the rear of the field with the 9 car. Let's see if we can spot the 9 car. I guess it's going to be the yellow coloured car just coming off the, well, he's come off the end of the main straight now. He is, let me just double check that that is the, no, that's the 8 car. Jean-Michel Varinard. Trying to identify the 9 car out there. It's the 6 and the 7. I'm suspecting, oh, there's the 9 car, the green coloured car, almost sort of Jaguar inspired livery, as he goes around out onto the main straight now. It looks like he made a mistake as we tried to pick him up. Michael Lee now running in third position, Luke Lee in fourth, David Erbar still leading. Let's see if we can check in with David again, because he's got a huge lead. In fact, he's only 1 car back, I think, from the car that we've been following. A little bit sideways there. So if we can move forward 1 car. There we go. This our leader, David Erbar. Luke Lee temporarily just waiting for Jan to come across the line. In fact, Jan's made a mistake out there. So Jan's made a mistake and dropped back. That has put Luke back up into second position from Michael. So we have, with a minute and a half remaining, the running order is now 1 from 2 from 3. The Jan Rathieski down in 7th spot. That's not the good opening defence to his championship that he would have wanted. And Luke now trying to chase down David. To be honest, though, the gap is absolutely massive. So he's got no hope of catching the gap if David doesn't make a mistake, and he's equally likely to throw it away if he tries to eat into that gap too much. So I'd probably consider just bringing it home if I was him. He's got a relatively comfortable second place over his brother Michael. David Erbar leading this one. We're running with David at the moment. 30 seconds remaining. David Erbar leading as we go towards the end of the run from Luke Lee and Michael Lee. So this is, in fact, I think David's last lap. Yes, it will be. So David Urbar has finished. So has Luke Lee in second. Just waiting for Michael to cross the line. Has Michael had an issue out there somewhere? I think Michael has, because he hasn't crossed the loop. Michael crosses the loop with a relatively slow last lap, a 27-second last lap. So Michael Lee had a bit of an off on that last lap, and that's let Diego Valent up into third position. Costly mistake there from Michael Lee on the final lap of the run. Drops him from third down into fourth position. So thank you for just joining our coverage of the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championship. That was the top heat of Formula. So just coming back for the final three heats of the day. All three modified classes. Oh, all three heats modified in the modified class. I'm sorry, it's hot. I'm overheating. My brain slowed down to cope. Can't process quite as fast. So we have Matthias Knopp, we have Soren Sparbier, Harley Eldridge, Jose Pereira, Uri Hudy, Igor Liptak and Richard Greenwood in this heat.
Let's have some fun. We still got 30 seconds, but if everybody's racing, ready? Let's go racing.
Matthias Knopp leads away from Kevin Sparbier. Harley Eldridge in third. No, Harley possibly feeling that she might have done a little better. She's one of the top UK racers, normally at the pointy end of a UK national, so would have been expecting a slightly better reseed than into the bottom heat. Certainly looked quick over a lap, but maybe struggled with the pace of the car over a few laps. Harley has hit the front of the field though. Best lap time of 18.4. 18.496 last round, or last time round. Harley and Matthias Knopp circulating pretty close to one another. So it's the 1 car and the 3 car. Started out 2 seconds apart. Matthias got this one at the moment by about 0.6 of a second over the course of 5 minutes. Harley's navigated the traffic now. So a little bit of understeer from Harley as she goes around the sweeper out onto the main straight. Uri Hudy running in, in fact Igor Liptak in with the 6 car. running in third position currently.
We're going into looking at the scoring here. We got
So front two.
Harley the 2, you going at 3 spot.
Front two have got clear track in front of them.
Staying a 5.
A little bit further down the field, Igor Liptak, Uri Hudy. Richard Greenwood also still circulating out there, though he's just gone a little bit airborne. So Richard Greenwood now about to, he gets out of the way of first of the two leaders, so Matthias Knopp, he's cleared. Just going to see if Harley can pass and clear Richard Greenwood now, and she has done. Harley now hits the front. Faster lap last time round with an 18.3 compared to an 18.8 of Matthias. That's what's swapped the order round. Harley now looking like the only driver predicting 17 lap run. Matthias has just dropped off the pace very, very slightly. Let's have a look. So Harley starting to close in, definitely within 2 seconds. Matthias starting to look a little bit ragged, maybe having overdriven. The car got a little bit excited by the fact that he was leading and out in front, and the car starting to look a little bit squirrely, a little bit uncomfortable out there. Just sliding now on corner entry. And he's just inexorably losing time every single corner. Harley edging up towards him. She probably won't get there by the end of 5 minutes, but she doesn't need to. She's in front on the split. He's got about a 1.2 second lead now. 1.3 now. Predicted finishing time of 2.1 seconds difference. Richard Greenwood makes a bit of a mistake. Two leaders get through okay. Harley definitely in front now, not in too much danger, providing she doesn't make any mistakes. Not switching between the two like it was earlier. Matt just jumping to the top as he crosses the line. Harley then as she crosses the line, moving back to front. Uri Hudy running in third position. There's a car at the end of the straight missing its tyre. So I think that's Igor Liptak, who has rather spectacularly lost a wheel and tyre off the at the back of the main straight just after the kink. Very easy to do. Little bit too much curb. And fire yourself straight to the scene of the accident. Heat number 10, the penultimate heat of the day. So this heat and then one more heat of modified. Lucas Urban, Loic Yasmin, Oliver Havranek, Marco Kaufmann, Mattis Benetin, Michele Manzo and Mate Sulk will be our 7 drivers making up this heat.
So we got 1 minute 30 seconds to start. 1:30.
1 minute 30 until the start of this EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. Also in conjunction with Hobbywing and Monaco RC. Lucas Urban and Loic Yasmin off the first 2. 40 seconds left to go. Lucas and Loic, both having plenty of experience of racing one another. Going to lead away at the front of this one again. Those two possibly slightly disappointed that they won't have made the top heat.
European Championship 2020. 2022. Sorry. Let's go racing.
Car 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lucas leading away. There's traditional colour scheme, the white front, green centre, white rear.
Heading towards the blue qualifying result.
Loic giving chase. White front, blue centre, white rear. Oliver Havranak actually with the quickest opening lap out of the box with the 3 car. He's the all orange coloured car that you'll see on your shot out there. Matej Sulk also quite quick. He is running another white and green car. In fact, if I didn't know better, I'd say that's one of Alex Hagberg's body shells. If it's not, it's certainly inspired by it.
So we got 1 minute down, 4 minutes to go.
Havranak still leading this one from Lucas Urban.
2 and 3, thank you. 2.
Loic gets out of the way of Oliver Havranak.
Yeah, leading car in this heat so far, all orange body from Oliver. Yeah. Leading by 4 tenths of a second over Lucas Urban.
Top heat of modified coming next. Oliver Havranak leading this one from Lucas Urban. Marco Kaufmann up into 3rd position with the number 4 car. He is the he's the greeny coloured car. I'm hesitant to say green. It looks kind of like an avocado bathroom suite from the 70s, but he's out there in that coloured car. 3 minutes remaining. Havranak still leading from Kaufmann. Lucas Urban running in 3rd. Michele Manzo up into 4th position, like Jasmine in 5th. Order will update itself. It's just some of the cars that were starting a little further back down the field need to cross the line. Like Yasmin seems to have found some pace now actually, and he is pressuring Havranak, and Lucas Urban is dropping, not quite like a stone, but his pace seems to have dropped off. He's dropping back through the field. Havranak still leading with the 3 car, the all orange coloured car. Like Yasmin running, trying to catch and pass Marcus Kaufmann. Oliver Havranak, Marco Kaufmann even. Oliver Havranak is definitely leading. Small mistake from him though. Where has Lucas's pace gone? That's the question. If they're not careful, there's 30 seconds left to drive. If they're not careful, then Marco Kaufmann could all of a sudden find himself right on the tail of this. They probably think they're okay to kind of hold position and bring it home, but Marco Kaufmann's charging hard from not that far back. 3, 2, 1 are done. Okay, so that just about worked itself out. So Havranak takes that from Loic Yasmin, Marco Kaufmann, Lucas Urban, who had a decent lead at the start and then fell down the field pretty rapidly off the back of that. Last race of the day now. So the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. So 1 minute until the start of the top heat, the last run of the day from this EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships 2022. Bruno Coelho will start off from his top seed position. Mark Reinhard second, Ronald Volker will go off 3, Alex Hagberg 4, Chrissy Krapp 4, Yannick Prumper 6th. Yuri Weiss in 7th and Antoine Brunet 8th. Bruno not running his traditional body shell. He's running a racing white body shell, as is Mark Reinhard. Ronald Volker, his kind of traditional minty green coloured car. Alex Hagberg, his all green coloured car. Bruno Coelho. That Ronald Volker's had the hottest opening lap out there. Bruno in 3rd after the opening lap, but we'll run with Bruno for a little bit longer. Just to see what he can manage. Volker still leading from Reinhard and Coelho. So if we can drop back one white car. There we go. This Mark Reinhard, the 2nd place man. He's doing what he thinks he needs to and getting himself in front of Bruno, in front of him, and running in front on the split. What he's probably not aware of is that Ronald Volker is running less than a second behind him. In fact, he's probably very aware of that. These three having raced each other many, many times over the years. Ronald still leading from Mark and Bruno. Alex Hagberg running in 4th. That's certainly not the first time I've said that over the years. Sideways through the chicane from Bruno. He's desperately trying to eke that gap out. Mark Reinhard now hits the front from We're Running With Him. Let's move back one car to Ronald Volker. There's Ronald's car. So Ronald's car looks mint, literally. Very, very close. Predicted finishing time between Mark and Ronald and Bruno. Predicted finishing times looking like it's going to be about half a second currently. So absolutely nothing in it between these three. Let's have a quick look back at Alex Hagberg. Alex having a bit of a lonely run. He's the all green coloured car, one car further back. There we go, that's Alex Hagberg. So Alex is sort of watching three faster cars drive away in front of him and three slower cars drop away behind him and sort of circulating around in splendid isolation. Alex having done many, many laps of this circuit here at Hudy Arena. Bruno, Mark, Ronald out in the front. Ronald leading on the clock from Mark, from Bruno. So it's the reverse order of where they are. It's fluctuating between those top three. Let's pick up Bruno again. He's the first of the two white cars. He's just about to head out onto the main straight now. There we go. Off down the main straight. He's going to start catching some traffic as well. In fact, this could also play into Ronald's favour because how long have we got? We've got about 2 minutes left. So I suspect Bruno might just catch up some traffic. Of course, they'll get out of his way. They're compelled to, but it might just hold him a little bit. I don't think Ronald's going to quite get up to them and have to deal with that same issue. But we're watching Bruno from Mark. In fact, Mark now hits the front. So it's now Mark from Ronald from Bruno. About 0.2 of a second between the top two. Let's move back again to Mark. Back one white car. There we go, this Mark Reinhard we're running with. Current leader. Mark Reinhard still leading this one. Just over a minute left. Really close, about 1/10 between him and Ronald last time across the line. You'll just see Ronald in the back of your shot on occasion. They started out 1 second apart. Bruno always goes to the top because he started off first. There we go, it's still Reinhard from Volker. Still that, it's like 0.08 of a second between them. This really, really close between this car we're running with. I don't want to necessarily move back because I think we're going to lose track of where we are. They've started hitting the traffic. And, oh, mistake there from Bruno. So Mark flashes past him on the straight. So Bruno just had a little bit of over-rotation coming onto the straight. So Bruno's out of that battle at the top three. He was slightly dropping away from it anyway. Mark Reinhard has crossed the line, has he? He is on his last lap, as is Ronald. It was a slow last lap there from Bruno. Mark Reinhard led that time round. Mark still leading this one. Let's have a look. There was absolutely nothing in it as they crossed the line. So Mark has finished, Bruno's finished, Ronald's finished. So Mark takes that one from Ronald and Bruno. Mark just about takes that in the end. By how close was that? That was, in the end, about 0.2 of a second. So really, really close at the end of that. Mark Reinhard takes round number 1 here from Ronald Volker at the Hudy Arena. That's the EFRA Tony Sport 1/10 Electric Touring Car European Championships. So we'll be back with some more coverage for you tomorrow.
Do we know when we're back tomorrow?
We haven't seen time schedules published yet.
We don't know when we're back tomorrow, but you can be sure we'll be back for round 2 of qualifying.
Yes, we'll be back for round 2 of qualifying.
So thanks for watching today. It's been awesome.
It has.
It's been really hot.
It has. It's supposed to be a bit cooler tomorrow. Supposed to be, but I think that's in relative terms. I think that may be rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic slightly.
Yes, indeed.
Possibly, but yes, it's going to be cooler. It's supposed to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. A
good feeling for Mark going into tomorrow, I guess.
Absolutely. I mean, taking TQ in round number 1, that's always good. It puts you in a good frame of mind for the evening.
And the 2 home drivers. Well, Coelho obviously had an accident on the back straight, and
well, he didn't really. It wasn't an accident as such. It was a bit of an over rotation coming off of the off of the sweeper onto the straight, and it didn't require marshalling, but he just put a couple of wheels on the grass, had to back out of the throttle, got it straightened up, and dropped back on, and obviously Mark came past him pretty much flat chat at that point, so he just dropped him back into that gap behind him, so he was definitely back on the split. He still finished third, so it was a mistake, sure, but it wasn't, in real terms, I don't think it's had a huge effect on the overall result. It looked like he was heading for third anyway. It just would have been potentially a little bit closer to them, but I don't think it's cost him too much, other than if it comes down to a tie break at some point, and he hasn't got quite as fast a time as he could have done, but not that costly.
There we go. It'll all be decided tomorrow, or at least qualifying will, and we'll see you first thing tomorrow morning for round 2. Thank you to Tony Sport and Hobby Wing and Monaco RC, and we'll see you tomorrow.